Hi, my name is Scott Smith, and this is just a quick video to show you how the SimpleECM Browser Driver enables web apps to control scanners and other compatible devices using only JavaScript. Now I've got a quick demo page here. I'll show you the demo itself, and then I'll show you some of the code behind the scenes. So it'll prompt me to attach a scanner, and then as soon as it detects a compatible scanner is attached, it'll load an image of that scanner right in the middle here. It will also activate a settings button, and when I click on that button I'll see all the default settings for that scanner, and I can make changes to those settings, like tweaking the brightness and the contrast, then click Save. It prompts me to load a document, so I can load a document here, and then as soon as it detects that a document's been loaded, it'll activate this scan button here. When I click that scan button, it'll start my scan. And then as soon as scanned images are ready, they'll show up right here in the middle. If there's more than one scanned image, it'll activate this next button, and I can flip through to see all the images that have been scanned. Now let's jump in and see some of the code behind this. To use the browser driver, there's two main things that your page needs to do. It needs to first include the browserdriver.js as a script, and then on load it needs to call this initialize function. And the main arg of this initialize function is a JSON object. That JSON object has three parameters. First of those is a user ID of a valid SimpleECM user. You can populate that using a get/users REST call. Another parameter there is the scan job start policy. That's an object that tells us for each type of device do we want to notify or auto start when a page is detected. And then the last of those is an event handler map. And that is for each of the browser driver events that you want to be able to handle, you need to map it to a named function within your page. You can see here I've mapped functions for if there's no runtime detected, we want to handle that and display a message. The arg of that event is URL to download the SimpleECM browser driver runtime. And then if the runtime is detected, I'm calling the function, the browser driver function, delete all images, so that we start with a fresh slate. And then I wanted to jump down to my function that gets called when a device is detected. So when a compatible device gets connected, I'm calling my handle device detected function, and the arg that comes with it is a complex JSON object that describes the attached device. It includes a function to get the capabilities of that device, which I'm saving as a variable. The capabilities of that device then include a function to convert those to the default settings for that device. I'm saving those default settings, and then I'm calling a function to display them in my UI. And then the attached device also includes an element called device image URL, and that's how I'm displaying the image of that device, just by setting the source of one of my objects on my page to that URL. And then I've got another function here to handle when a new image is ready. The arg of that is, again, a JSON object with a few properties of the image. I can use the ID from that JSON object to call the browser driver get URL for image function. The args that I pass are that image ID and then a desired width for the image. It'll generate a locally cached image and serve up a local URL for it. So then I can set the source of my iframe to that URL to display the image on the page. And then I have a few other functions that are mainly controlling page elements. The start scan function, when a scan button is clicked, I'm just calling the browser driver start capture job function, and I just pass the settings. Again, I had those saved, the default settings, as a JSON variable, and when the controls in my UI are changed, I'm just updating that via my save settings function. you can see in here I'm calling the browser driver function scanSettings.override. So that settings object includes an override function where you pass in the capability name and the setting value, and then it updates your settings object for you. And then the last function that I wanted to call your attention to is the sendDocument function. Basically, when I'm ready to post the scanned document to a server somewhere, I just call the browserdriver.sendDocument function. And the arg of that is another JSON object that has 5 basic parameters. One of those is an array of what pages I want to send. Those are the page IDs. Another is the URL that I want to post it to. Another is an array of any parameters that I want applied, URL parameters basically. The last is the desired file name that I want it to take on. And then the parameter of the file parameter in my post. And that's the brunt of the code I wrote for this demo. And with that, I have a page that automatically notifies me of when pages are ready or changes in scanner status without me having to write a single line of AJAX. If you'd like to learn more, you can use the Contact Us button on SimpleECM.com to get access to the developer portal where all those functions and events are documented, or even to get some sample code to get you started. Thanks a lot.